Last year, I wrote this. Hey, I found out about this assignment. I found out about this assignment. I think it was an hour. 1 hour was left. Like I was like, okay, now I have to put my best knowledge that I know
I don't
about
want to laugh
ChatGPT.
because I know that situation.
And I was like, okay, I remember very well. I went to ChatGPT. I opened 3 tabs.
Nah, he goes first
You go
because
first.
I know which one is an AI. I know which one.
Yo, these things look the same. I don't know, maybe.
Glasses
Wait,
come
how are you?
off.
No, man. This
How are you
thing.
supposed to see without the glasses?
Someone that's qualified and knows how to use AI is more dangerous than someone that just knows how to do AI.
Buzz. I get that. Like AI makes the person that has a bit of knowledge about something even more dangerous. Because the trick is not actually how to use it. I think it's being goal orientated, whereby you want to achieve dreams.
Is for you to bring them back to perspective on their value and their worth.
Don't you want to They're waiting. Let her cool.
Okay.
Welcome back to the #1 student podcast in SA, where real issues meet real voices. Today we're talking about something that's already in the change. We've been speaking about it like it's not about to come, but today we're facing it. We're talking about artificial intelligence, from tools that can write essays in seconds and to app that can actually apply jobs for you. So my question is AI here to help us or replace us? Before breaking this down to you guys, just want to say, live on your screen, and I'm not walking alone, Chief. I'm walking with the one and only African Chris Brown. On my far left, Dinta.
You know, our next Mr. Brown. I'm grateful to be here, man.
Thank you, Chief. It's my honor to have you. I feel,
thanks, man. Hey.
yeah, and I feel very, very, very honored to have this guest today. And before we go to our guest, we have our very own faceless but famous producer, Ghost Lady. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Introducing our guest, guys. We're talking about the one and only Little Chris. The one and only man, Rowan himself.
Yes, little Chris. No, it's a pleasure to be here, man.
So we're calling him Little Chris because it's Chris's little brother. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't make sense, but it will make sense, guys. So how are you, man? Are you good?
No, I'm good. I'm doing good.
Yeah, man, I'm actually happy to have you here today, especially to speak about something that we're trying to avoid and ignore, but it's actually part of our daily lives now.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's really crazy, man. Just give me let's say introduce yourself and
I'm Rowan Burger. I'm also a student at CPUT. I'm currently third year for ICT and software development. So I have some knowledge about artificial intelligence, but my main focus is obviously not AI.
okay. Yeah, man. Hey,
Yeah.
you hear the fluency. Chief, the English of today has to be grammatically correct. So, can you tell us just a quick history on your knowledge on AI actually, from it actually coming into not only SA but into our everyday lives, and also how it has affected you maybe personally, and also like a bit of a summary of where do you think the world is going now?
Okay. No, I definitely think AI. I was only approached by AI maybe when I started university. Like high school, never really bothered touching AI, and I don't think that ChatGPT really was a thing back then. But I might say 2023, that's where I was introduced to like ChatGPT. And obviously, as a first year student, you have that amount of anxiety that you don't know if you're going to finish stuff. And so you just quickly put a prompt in and then, it's done and finished. But my personal opinion on that is I feel like it's very wrong doing that because you're using AI to replace you.
Yo, it's
That is what you are doing. You giving AI the power to replace you.
Nah.
So you as a person have to then learn how to use AI to your advantage.
I like what you just said. The only trick to this is actually knowing how to use AI. It's not
Yeah.
actually trying to be competitive towards it, because we're speaking about artificial intelligence. That thing has all the data that has exist in the world. I don't think even a human brain can have so much information at the same
Well, unless
time.
you're Einstein, but hey, man.
I don't think he can also get to that point. No
Yeah,
one can,
man,
because
yeah.
like they always people say, man, if you can't beat them, join them. But know also how to join them.
Yeah.
Because there's people also this thing. AI is like a human. Eh? I feel like
It
someday
is.
they're going to wake up and take charge and just take over the
We're gonna have
world.
Terminator on our hands, yeah.
Because it's scary, man. Now like I was seeing this thing, man. A lot of people are turning their images into graphics and
Yo,
turning
that
their
one is
image
crazy.
into they're taking the graphics also into live. You actually just showed me a
Oh
video.
yeah, the Instagram video where
Yeah.
they basically you just give it a prompt, and well, I'm sure everyone here has used ChatGPT or any AI software. You give it a prompt, and based on your prompt, you basically get an answer or answer video, even ask it to recreate sound. AI is at this point where
It can create
you
sound.
can create basically anything if you have the knowledge on how to question AI.
Wait. So okay, I actually love that, but I wanna get in depth with how it's actually affecting the daily student life, and also how it's also benefiting the daily student life, because I think last week or episodes ago, we spoke about something that AI is doing. We saw a lot of students currently graduating, but they are graduating and they are going into the industry world, where now they have to seek for jobs and all that. With the like invasion of AI, in AI coming into place, it actually part of it is their jobs are actually threatened now. That's how I feel or see it, because AI can do jobs or a task for 20 people in less time.
Yeah.
It's more efficient. It's even more effective than a human being.
Yeah.
But there are things that as human beings that we do have to ourselves that they can't actually touch on, like the likes of emotion
No, for sure,
and
for
being
sure.
authentic. So just to trace back, ne, currently students are using ChatGPT to write assignments. We see a lot of students that are graduating at the end of their modules, and they still do, at the end of their courses, man, I mean, and they don't know how to write that module because the module is written by AI.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the crazy thing. What's your take on that?
So, my personal experience and opinion on this is there's two type of people that use AI. There's a person that would want something to just be done,
All right.
and then there's a person that would actually want to learn what AI has. And like you said, AI, it has all this knowledge. Why would you basically put yourself in a disadvantage and not ask basically something that can give you any answer you want?
Any answer?
And that's where the difference I feel like is. There's the person that just wants something finished,
The
submit
person
it,
will-
learn nothing. End of their third years, they get the diploma, and that means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I feel like you see when you now starting to make AI do your assignments. I mean, they're doing their assignment, your assignment. You're not actually learning on it. Just get it done, you submit. And what do you know about the assignment?
And do you know
Nothing.
that? Do you
You
know
will
that
learn on the
the
job.
What are you gonna learn?
do you know that lecturers and universities are actually getting smarter now with this thing, because now they are not prompting or testing you based on your knowledge, they are testing you on the application now.
Yeah.
You have all the data you need, but how are you going to apply it toward this thing and actually get good results? That's why they are not asking you questions like, what is this, what does this mean? They're asking you, how can you apply this into this thing, and use real life examples and put scenarios that they know AI can't actually correspond into them, or they can't tap into them, because I don't think some of the data, maybe let's say we're talking about an SME, let's say we're talking about a small SME that's in Cape Town. you are going to know the prompts and cons of that SME, but I don't think AI can actually know that, but AI can have like an overview. So that's the strategy that they have now. They are not actually trying to get the knowledge that you have, but they're trying to see application because they understand that AI is going to be here and here for good.
Yeah.
So, and you mentioned that students actually speak about ChatGPT. They use ChatGPT. I just want to know some of the apps and websites that they actually use that you're familiar with.
So out of personal experience, ChatGPT is the main go-to. As a programmer myself, Copilot for software developers, it's AI developed to make coding or programming quicker, more efficient, all of that good stuff. And it's definitely an advantage to use AI. But like you said, lecturers aren't questioning you based on descriptions anymore. They want you to apply those descriptions. And I had an interview not long ago where I did for a company to be an interview there or intern there. And the questions they asked was exactly the same as you just mentioned now. They didn't want me to give a description. They want me to actually apply the description to something. And it's not about explain the code that you have. It's add code that they feel is relevant and you need the capabilities to add that. And you don't, first of all, you don't have the time to ask ChatGPT, like, how do I do this?
That's the crazy
Because
thing.
you're in a face-to-face with them. And that's where you need that general knowledge. You need to ask ChatGPT, explain this to me. Tell me why you're using this and not doing that. Don't just go and be like, do me this prompt because my assignment is due in like 5 minutes.
And AI can do that for you.
And it can. And I'm definitely I'm an example of both. I have obviously had those instances where time, you need stuff done now. And you ask ChatGPT quickly, like, do me this quickly, please. I need it now. And then and that was more first year. Like first year, I definitely say I put myself in that disadvantage where I just used AI to do things for me. And then second year, I wanted to learn more because the thing is with being on campus and your lecturers teaching you one thing, it's not the same as the industry. The industry is way different than campus. And like I spoke to another cousin of mine that's also a programmer. He said, dude, if you walk out of that university and you have your diploma that you just got, that is basically useless.
A piece of paper.
Yeah. The knowledge you gain on university is going to mean nothing when you're in the industry. They're going to basically
That's
learn you
true,
from
man.
step one. But university is, I'm not saying don't go to university. It's definitely good to have that foundation and understanding.
True.
You need to know where to implement things. And you need to use AI to teach you how to implement things.
True.
And that's where I'm like, I was in between, like I was on the fence and I'm like, I can use that one because it's quick and easy, I want to do that now and I don't have to waste my time. But I quickly realized in second year, I was like, yo. Then I'm looking at the theory tests and I'm like, maybe I should not have asked ChatGPT to do that assignment for me.
And you are right, because if you can check right now, there are a lot of people who are maybe having their own businesses or companies, and you find that the person did not even study for that. They'll be telling you, no, I studied IT, but doing something totally different from IT. How does that relate? Where did you learn that? Like, no, it's just like I just learned on the job, or just like give yourself time, ask ChatGPT, go to YouTube, watch videos, do this, and you eventually become good at this. So this is just how I got there.
It's also I want to go back to one of the episodes we had with Lizola. We asked such a profound question, like, do you think that university is actually preparing us for the real world, or it's just because we find a lot of people after university, they're still starting from ground up. They're still relearning those things that some of them they learned at university, but now also not that, but with the fact that some of the courses and modules we actually learn, I don't feel they are actually relevant now it's like we are not in sync with the current with the modern world that we are in. And I also personally feel like they are very ignorant on what we're currently going through, man, because some of the courses that we actually are doing in university, they are going to be easily replaced by AI. In the matter of the next 5 years, I think some of the jobs are going to be replaced by AI. We're going to see a rapid growth in unemployment rate. And if someone doesn't actually equip themselves in actually learning how to, because I don't think AI is only is like a disadvantage. I also think it is an advantage.
No, for sure.
If you know how to actually apply and use it, because it's something that's going to be there. You can't say you ignoring it. It's something that's there already, but you have to find a way to make it work for you. And the first thing is know how to ask the right questions. And I like what you mentioned, man. I'm also a victim. Chief, ew. Last year,
Who's not a victim
It was
of
rough.
AI?
It was rough.
last year, I wrote this. Hey, I found out about this assignment. I found out about this assignment. I think it was an hour. 1 hour was left. Like
Yo,
I was
yo,
like,
yo.
okay, now I have to put my best knowledge that I know
I don't
about
want to laugh
ChatGPT.
because I know that situation.
And I was like, okay, I remember very well. I went to ChatGPT. I opened 3 tabs. I was like, 3 tab number 1, 2, and 3 for ChatGPT alone. The other one I opened paraphrasing tool
Oh yes, that one I know.
to help me with the plagiarism. So I opened 3 for ChatGPT. I was asking a question this side. I was taking. It was like, because ChatGPT, when you didn't pay for the
the
membership,
premium, yeah.
they actually give you like limited questions.
Information, yeah.
So I had to make sure that I don't lose track of anything. I still have the idea running around in the hour space. So it's quite shocking, man, that I actually I actually passed that that assignment.
Don't
Do you know,
lie.
I
Don't
really passed that. Do you know I
lie.
really passed that assignment with 70%? And I was like, I know close to nothing of what I wrote.
It was
Oh,
just
yeah.
copy and paste.
And I
man.
got 70%. How is this possible?
And
This
we-
thing just did my whole.
And we had to do part 2 of the assignment, but you didn't know anything about the part 1. I remember
That's the
very well.
dangerous thing now.
Yeah.
when it comes to doing this thing in class, and I'm like, yo.
And the lecture questions you on.
Yo. So I was also safe in some part of way, because I believe that I'm doing a course, or a course that I'm applying also in the real world, which makes it easier for me, because I get to understand some of the definitions, and I can put 1 and 2 together and make 3 easily and get away with it without anyone noticing.
Yeah,
Okay, you actually didn't know, but I know I didn't know. They don't know that I didn't know. So now I'm actually saying very. So
how can we actually ensure that the development of AI aligns with human values, in your personal opinion?
I don't think that you'll ever be able to have an AI that specifically copies human interaction.
Yeah.
If that is what you are asking, and it's never going to be aligned with your values. There might be a possibility of getting it to some point, but it's never going to be the same as a person. You're never going to have that uniqueness that a person has. Like, you have free will, you can do whatever you want, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But the AI, it needs an input, it needs a user input, and it's going to learn a pattern. AI learns patterns, and you can supervise that patterns. So you might get somewhat of a human interaction from an AI, but it's never going to be the same as a person.
And that's actually what I wanted to get into. Like, I wanted to know the jobs that are actually at risk from AI, because I see a lot of creative jobs and also administrative levels. Like, a lot of courses, people that are doing like administrative management, and because it's very good in that, and also data capturing. AI is very good at data capturing, and also, like you said, patterns, which is some of the courses or jobs that are involving repetition. So something that is done the same way all over and all over again. Those things are also at risk. But I think let's just say for the fact, now AI is not going to take away from the nature, like the real type of coffee itself. So get yourself Mother Nature, and you will never lose the touch of nature.
coffee.
Proper coffee.
Unlike, because AI can make coffee, chief. AI can make coffee as good as this
You
one.
don't get the same love.
The same emotional love. Get it on the real tribe coffee, the Mother Nature. Connect with Mother Nature itself. Description down below. Don't forget to follow them and also like our content.
You made me spill my coffee. Yeah.
You talk too much.
All right. So seeing as we're in the break, I have a fun game for you two.
Yes.
So
Excited.
the game consists of 3 images,
All right.
2 which is real,
Cat's fair.
and then 1 that's AI.
Yes.
This one's level easy.
Okay.
Do you guys have
But they
any-
look the same.
Level
boss.
easy.
This is level easy. This is level
The thing
easy.
is, they look the same.
Just look deeper into it.
So I have to choose which one is the
Yeah.
the one that's AI or the one that's
No, the one that's AI.
I think I'm going with C.
Okay.
I think C is AI.
Okay. So you have C.
Let me see. Well, I also think C. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
You're copying me.
Both of you are actually correct.
Exactly.
It is C.
Okay.
But that's level
Oh,
easy.
so you wanted me to be wrong?
Okay, so both of you have a point.
No, I think next time you start. I wanna
I will. I don't
Yeah.
mind.
Now this is where things get a little bit media.
I start dreams.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's B.
Hey, Rooms. You sure?
So yes, B. Yes,
Yeah.
B.
No, that pineapple looks like it's drawn. That one.
Which one?
It's B. Yeah, you're right.
Don't copy me, bro.
So you guys are locking in B?
Yes.
Let me look again.
It's B.
It's B. It's B.
Okay, well, another point for the two
Wow.
of you.
Okay.
You guys are doing
Now
well.
you copied me.
You
You're
guys,
copying me. Now. You're copying me.
you guys are doing well.
I'm
You guys are doing
starting
well.
now.
Yeah, we can detect AI.
Now,
We're safer side.
good luck with this one.
Hey, this one looks real.
Now that's where the danger is.
This is where you need to look a little bit deeper with detail.
Okay, this woman. Those things are not fresh. Yeah.
Look deep.
Okay, there are people. But AI can create people. No, I think B is AI.
Look deep.
But that one is in the crunches. I don't think AI can
Don't
create
keep
a
saying
crunches.
that one. You're confusing me. Just look.
That one is in the crunches. AI can create a crunches. I don't think it can. No, it's B. It's B. Rumzo is looking for deep.
So you locked
I'm
into B.
locked in B.
Okay.
I'm going with C.
With C.
C.
Well, you guys are wrong. It's actually A.
What? No, wait.
That's why I said look deeper. If you look deeper into A.
They are cars, Musa.
No, they're basically turning into one person. That's 2 people into one.
Look at it.
that's
Look
why
at
I
it.
said
Like,
look
where's the
deeper.
leg? Where's the second leg of? Oh, shit.
There's no leg. It's not a crunchies. I thought it was a crunchies.
But okay, so it's 2-2 now. This is to
we
win
both
the game.
lost.
This is to win the game.
This one is obvious. This one.
Obvious, you say.
And this is the hardest one.
I'm joking.
So who's gonna take the dub?
Now he goes first
You go
because
first.
I know which one is an AI. I know which one.
Yo, these things look the same, man. I don't know, maybe.
Glasses
how
come
are
off.
you,
No, man. This
how are you
thing,
supposed to see without the glasses?
it's between A and B. I don't think C is AI.
One has to be, not both.
Those people don't look real. This one. No, this one is. It's A. A is AI.
Okay.
I gotta look deep.
I is AI.
Why these people don't have shadows?
Those people, they look the same, chief.
They don't have shadows.
And they
bruh.
are also positioned in awkward positions. It's like they are all in.
I think it's C.
You think it's C?
Yeah, I think it's C.
Okay.
It's A.
Yeah.
So drum roll for the winner. One of you are correct. And the winner is our host. It was indeed A.
Shit.
I've
but,
always
but yeah,
told you,
but, but,
Poison.
but I saw, man, these people don't have shadows.
I
but I
told
don't
you,
know why
Chief.
I went with C.
No, this was so nice, man. It means I'm part of AI now.
Yeah,
I know
you,
to
you
use
are
AI.
one. You were one with AI.
You said it yourself. You are AI, so you can detect your moves in your pattern.
So Kali
I feel bad now that
But
I
all right.
lost.
So yeah, that was the little game.
Thank you so much.
Hope
Man.
you guys
for the
enjoyed it.
game. Yeah,
Thank you
it
for
was fun.
boosting
It
my
was-
confidence.
It's no problem, man. No problem.
I feel big.
I'll get you
All
next
right.
time.
Students, it pains us to know that 80% of you haven't subscribed to the channel. So we would like to ask you, whether you are a student, a lecturer, or professional working class, please hit the subscribe button down below. And just by that small act, you're going to be helping us to being the biggest student platform in the continent. So can you please subscribe and share the channel to more people, and we promise to give you the most valuable content that you've ever experienced and give you the best guest that you can. Thank you so much. The truth is, AI is not here actually to take our jobs, guys. AI is not here to make us unemployed, but the only hack or the only thing that can work for someone, that if you are living out there with fear, just know that the only way to make use of AI is only by adapting to what AI is doing. AI can't go into creative thinking. It can't use emotional intelligence like human beings do. And like we said before, the ad, we actually, AI can't be authentic. No. So AI, the fun thing or the reality of AI is that it's using data that was created by human beings before ages, because AI doesn't just create something from scratch, but it's taking something that already exists on the net and actually bringing it to you as information. So that's how data is happening.
And-
But okay.
Okay, so you stated something earlier on the jobs that are actually at the risk of being replaced by
Did you search them?
replaced by AI.
Yes.
So we have cashiers, number one, journalists, factory workers, data entry clerks, telemarketers, receptionists, bookkeepers, truck and taxi drivers, proofreaders. And when it comes to truck and taxi drivers, I don't know. Will you be comfortable being in a car that drives itself?
Yes.
You will?
Yes,
You
Chief.
trust that?
I think
Because
it's more safe.
I don't
It's
trust
more-
that.
I
I
don't
think,
think I
it's
can
more
as well.
safe
I
because
definitely
it's
think it's more
detecting.
safe.
Yeah, it's detecting every little thing on the road. You see,
There is, okay, there's some other things that there is this film I once watched called Margot. It's actually about like a smart house that has AI, and thinking I feel like AI is gonna kill us at some point. What will then happen if that car starts being rebellious?
That's why when you're asking for prompts on ChatGPT, say please first, because they're going to
and
remember.
you always say thank you.
They're going
I
to
always
say,
say that.
they're going to remember that, oh, you were kind, you were and then they're going to be more lenient.
I was
so
using
if you are
AI.
being kind to AI won't kill you.
I was
Exactly.
using
Be
AI
kind.
and I was like, please, and someone was like, do you say please to AI?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Because do you know
Actually,
AI?
they're teaching you manners.
AI is so smart, guys. The fact that every time you put in that question, that's why they are looking for, firstly, your user details, like your emails,
Yeah, we need to log in.
because your emails are connected to your social media, so they can see every interaction that you're actually having.
Yeah.
But you don't know. You are like, I'm just doing this assignment. I'm just asking this question to further know this thing. But they're actually getting to know who's the person behind the question. That's why they're actually limiting some of the questions until you actually register and be a member there, because they're getting closer to knowing you much better now. They know exactly, they have a category of how Melusi thinks. If Melusi is stupid,
Dumb it down a bit.
they know next time the answer, hey, it must have simple English. So like you said, man, it's unfortunately some of those jobs are they're going to be actually in high risk in the next coming 5 years, because you can see some of those cars that are actually invented now. Some of them are self-driving cars. Cases, we see those. What are those things, man, that you use when you're buying food now?
The self-checkout tools.
Yeah. And
And I also saw something interesting, like in trolleys, they're actually inventing new trolleys now, whereby when you put an item, it scans the item in the trolley and then calculate the total, and then you just tap your card, you just pay it, then you go out.
do you know that at the end of the day, we're going to just have customers in a shop? We won't even
Only
have
the
employees.
customers.
Do you know it's going to that point? And it's crazy. It's going to get to a point whereby you're going to buy food sitting at home and it's going to come to your doorstep. You just have to be like, yeah, I want this and this and this, and then it will take itself to the till and then come. But I want us to go back into
But you laughed the last time Bennett was here, and I was like, so will the grocery come to your house? And you laughed about it.
no, it's the way you phrased it. Fortunately, there's a way Fortunately phrased things. It's always.
He just pulls out the question.
But like I said, if you are out there and you fear that AI can take your job, I want you to actually search on some of the courses and jobs that are not actually highly at risk currently, but I think most of the jobs they're going to end up being at risk. Like I said the last time, Bill Gates said we're going to end up actually working for 2 days now, not even 5 days. A time is going to come where we're going to have to work for 2 days, maybe.
In your opinion, man, what other jobs do you think are at risk?
Well, if you look at manufacturing lines, that's the first thing, because you can basically have robotics do everything for you and then automate that pattern, which is a good thing because things are built quicker. You know the chances of something being faulty is less because
Yeah.
it's not human. But you, like you said, people are losing their jobs. But I somewhat disagree with that, because that robot needs maintenance. That robot needs to be programmed.
But-
It makes jobs for other people that have, let's say, for someone that worked on a manufacturing line, they lose their job now. They then have to either get a new job, or they need to be motivated enough to learn something about the new manufacturing line. So it motivates and kind of, I don't want to say forces you to, you need to learn. You need to be up to date with things. So yes, you can say it's a disadvantage because people are losing their jobs, but they need to be motivated enough to learn about robotics, about AI, to actually be a part of the system.
I want to touch on this, man. It's actually good that you're saying that now. But the thing is, okay, let's picture it in a manufacturing company, like you said. We have maybe close to 1,000 employees. AI comes, they invite AI into their workspace now. Thousands of people are going to get unemployed. Let's say a portion of those people, I don't think everyone is going to be under maintenance.
No, for sure.
So only a portion of those people are going to be re-employed into the maintenance department. But it also there's also 90% of people that are going to be unemployed.
I understand that is the unfortunate truth of the situation, but you get an advantage out of it. It's a disadvantage for us as people, but as consumers, it's an advantage.
There's something that I was listening to. I usually watch this podcast of Diary of a CEO. So there was this guy they were talking to. He said the future is actually not in building companies. The future is actually on building personal brands, because that's what is going to stand out now more, because people are not buying into companies anymore. Brands are not buying into companies. They're buying into the person. That is, like, you can look at the likes of Donald Trump has more followers than the party itself that is part of. Elon Musk has more followers than SpaceX. He has more followers than NASA. And it means that more people are gravitating towards him, because with the information that they are going to him about, than the real company itself. that's actually doing that. So I feel like more people actually should drive themselves more into personal branding, in terms of if you're a cinematographer, try and put content out there, put yourself out there and stand out, because it's something that's unique, authentic, and it's very different. It can be, maybe it can be replicated in the next coming 10 years,
Yeah.
but not easily now.
Yeah, but you never like AI is. We had this conversation in the break that AI is never going to be unique. It needs user input, and that's referring back to the jobs. People are gonna have to have a qualification on how to properly use AI.
True.
And just because you know how to use AI doesn't mean you're going to get a job. And that's why I said university is still important to an extent. It's teaching you the fundamentals and how to implement things. For example, I'm going to use a program, for instance. You can ask ChatGPT, program this website for me. Does everything. But you still can't go and just take that code and then you have a website. You need to know where to implement things. You need to know how to do local hosting. If you want to do tests, you want to, you have to do web hosting, get a domain. And yes, AI can make you a documentation on how to do everything step by step, which is a good thing. And that's the learning aspect I talk about. But someone that's qualified and knows how to use AI is more dangerous than someone that just knows how to do AI.
Buzz. I get that. Like AI makes the person that has a bit of knowledge about something even more dangerous. Because the trick is not actually how to use it. I think it's how to ask the right question,
Yeah.
for you to get the right answers. I think I've said this before. It
Yeah,
sounds
the prompt is important. The
Nah.
prompt is important.
So I want to know, man, because we see a lot of students in university are still failing, but they're using AI. How does that come about?
I think that is exactly what I refer to. You using AI just to get something done. You truly need to understand what it's telling you, and then I'd say, then it's all right to use AI.
But what are they doing wrong that they can do different?
Well, they simply just asking it to do everything for them. And we had this thing about, as humans, we started walking, and then from walking we went horseback, trains, and then eventually cars. You see people walk still, but it turns us lazy. You get lazy because you have something that can do something for you. Why would I want to do it? Why do I need to have the knowledge about something that something else can just give it to me for free?
Yeah, truly.
And that's the issue. Students don't know what is being told and what they're being taught. So they need to physically go and ask AI, teach me what you said, teach that to me. As I am a student, teach it to me.
But it goes back to the question that I had also before the ad break, that do you think that students, when they're using AI, are they cheating, or they actually trying to capitalize on what they are
Well,
writing?
I personally feel like they're cheating themselves.
It depends on how you're using it, like he said.
Yeah. You can't say, get this done for me, not knowing how to do it. You should say, help me get this done. Teach me how to make this done.
Exactly.
How to get it done. Not get it done for me, and then that's
So
it.
you're only cheating yourself if
Yeah,
you
you're
just want
cheating
it to
yourself
get things
if
done
you-
for you
yeah.
that you don't even know how to do it
You
yourself.
need to know how to do it.
How do you know how to do it? That's the
Well,
thing.
we have to get there. How do you ask AI to help you get it done, not AI to get it done for you?
Okay, so do you think it's right for a student to come before a deadline, let's say 2 hours before a deadline, and say, AI, can you please write this essay for me, make the English simple and paraphrase it, make the plagiarism 0%, and then send the document to me so I can put it on Word
They're
and
cheating
submit it?
themselves because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
they know nothing about what it's been done.
So where should
Sometimes
they
you don't
start?
even read that
Exactly.
document.
You just
because you feel
copy
like
and paste.
I've given the AI all the instructions, so I believe what
Yeah.
I said is done.
So are we saying that students should proofread documents also before sending them out?
Before even proofreading, I believe this is how it needs to be done. If you know that you're given an essay about something, you understand what the topic is about yourself. Break down the topic. If someone was to say, can you please summarize what this is all about? You can be able to do that without reading what the AI wrote for you. So it's different.
Do you-
Understand what you are asking help from AI. Do not make AI do things for you.
Do you know how I use it? I wanna give you this 101 study hack. When I know that I have an exam coming up, ne, what I do, especially if I know that I'm not that prepared a week before, I usually, because they usually give you a scope. So I take that scope, even if it's 10 topics, I take it, I put it into AI. I first study the things that are on that scope. I study them. I know if you're studying in less than a week, you can't get everything right. But I first study those things, familiarize myself with some of the concepts, and also some of the knowledge that I already have is going to help. So I take that scope and I put it into AI and I say, please generate questions that are related to a student that's doing marketing 3 and writing this so and so exam, or writing this and this and this according to these questions. Make it in this way, and then I get maybe close to 30 questions.
100%.
Now I'm taking those questions and writing them
Yeah.
down myself, because I know that a lecturer also is not using new created questions. They take questions from previous papers or previous assessment. So AI is going to do the same thing, and
you.
it's most likely that 30% of the questions that you may find there, they are going to be the ones that are going to also appear in the paper that you
No,
actually
that
wrote
is that is
down.
actually
Yeah,
happening
you
before.
see, that's
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
that's learning. That's actually teaching us. That's AI helping you tackle the questions.
100%.
You did not ask AI to answer the questions or to just copy the scope and give you answers on the possible questions that
And
might
it
come.
marks for you, it gives you
Yeah.
feedback. So
Yeah.
basically, you're in
Exactly.
class.
Yeah.
And now there isn't that you might find that a student writes an assignment using AI and still fail, because right now lectures do have like AI detectors.
Hey.
So if you have used an AI, they'll be able, the detector will be able to, okay, 80% of this work.
But the detectors, do you know that they are also not effective that much? Because it's tricky, man, when it comes to such things. Because also something that you wrote by yourself, when you when you try to like submit it, it can say that it is plagiarism for some context, and I don't understand. You can find like a document, ne? You wrote it by yourself, but it can tell you that it has high plagiarism, and you have to rewrite it. Have you encountered such a situation?
Yeah, I have, because
I have.
It
Yeah.
actually happens, and I'm like, come on, how? Because literally.
So that's quite interesting, because CPT on Blackboard, they use safe assign,
yeah.
and it's based on the pattern that most AIs are taught. That it's basically an AI versus an AI searching for another AI. So that's
It's all AI.
yeah, it's literally AI fighting AI, and it's looking for patterns that are similar to, for example, ChatGPT. And the biggest thing is, as well, they obviously have archived data, so they have current of previous students that made that documentation. Everyone has a table of contents. And
That's
then
the
safe
thing.
assign comes, and it's like, oh, I saw that person.
Oh,
as
you
safe
see now,
assign,
you
and you have table of content.
That's true.
Yeah.
That needs to be plagiarism.
exactly.
And also even the headings, ne?
Yeah.
Because when you're writing an essay, you can have like a similar heading. Let's say
Yeah.
the heading is AI in the new world. That heading alone, it can cause to plagiarism, and you're just actually trying to organize your work in
Yeah.
a more
But
proper way.
that then depends. Is your lecturer dedicated enough to go through the work and actually not based on what AI gave you? Because AI can be wrong. That's why ChatGPT has multiple updates, because it has supervised learning, so humans come and train it, and it has reinforced learning, where it will look at patterns that was correct, and then it will go back to the model, the AI model, and be like, okay, this is correct. Now I get an answer about that, and that's similar to this one. So it's pattern based,
It's crazy,
and
man.
and that's where it can get faulty.
So this thing, it doesn't work any other way besides patterns.
Yeah,
And
you
the
see-
reason why I'm saying the titles thing, man,
Yeah.
it's I was writing with my friend, and my friend submitted like a document, because we have 3 attempts now.
Yeah.
Submitted the first time, plagiarism went to 20%, and I'm like, why? And then I submitted, ne? It also did the same thing, like 15%, and I'm like, huh? Okay, we thought no, let's remove the headings. Remove the headings, it went to 2%, and I'm like, serious?
Yeah, you see, though, like he said, it's using pattern. That means these headings, they are already there on the AI. They generated the headings. Now you're using them for the second time. You be like, no, I've seen this one. It's in me. I have it already.
But
That's
it's
why there is even an instruction that says even if your work is similar to another student's work,
Exactly.
it will still detect that.
Yeah. The funniest thing is, for our like assignments, we have to fill in a declaration that we didn't do plagiarism, and the plagiarism AI picks that up as plagiarism
that's the thing.
because everyone has that same documentation saying they did not
They are
plagiarize.
submitting
Yeah,
it.
true.
So it's a false positive. That's the only thing I can say. It's the same with like any security system that detects if you have a virus. You get false positives,
No.
and that's the same with AI. You're always going to get false positives.
So what would you warn students with, especially with AI, that they should be more aware about? Like one of the things that you just mentioned, when they are submitting and the plagiarism escalates to the roof, it could potentially be the headings, it could potentially be the table of contents, it could also be like you said, the form or document.
Oh yeah, the plagiarism form. That's
Imagine,
plagiarism.
because it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's actually quite difficult to avoid false positives because no matter what you do, you're gonna get a false positive. This is where humans come in to play. As much as we need AI, AI needs us because it needs to start to learn, and we learn from AI.
But is it safe to keep on feeding AI this information?
We had that as well. Like we are basically teaching something that could inevitably replace you, but that's where I said in the start. If you're using it for the wrong reason, you are literally forcing it to replace you.
Yo,
So
this thing is
you need to be smart enough to take the advantage and take the initiative to learn what AI is teaching you. And if you're not, then you're losing.
this thing is
for you,
scary,
my
man.
friend.
Because there was once something that was said about iPhones, Siri, that Siri sometimes it records conversations that are private.
Oh, yeah.
That you can actually have a private conversation with someone and speak about a product. And maybe you just bought McDonald's and then you speak about, oh gosh, the McDonald's is actually not nice today. And they actually take that those conversations and sell those conversations to to companies. And it's crazy that also Siri's AI. So such things now are happening, and we have all this technology, and it's capturing everything about us, like our human behavior.
Yeah.
Some of it now it's also replicating, like, hey, you, I'm scared. I'm really scared because I also saw this picture of this other girl. She was young, and then she was created as an older version, and they're
Oh
speaking
yeah,
to her
that one was
parents.
actually quite accurate.
No, man, this thing, I'm also scared, but I can't wait to see what's more in store for us, because it has been 3 years, man. 2 years and months, actually, because AI came 2022.
I mean, AI has existed obviously from the 1950s. The first AI developed was for, I think it was the Ferranti Mark One. That was the first commercialized computer, and it had a basic AI for checkers and chess. And that's I believe I'm speaking under correction, but that was one of the first AIs developed. So
makes
AI has
sense.
been here since long time ago. But
So it's only ChatGPT that came to
I think I think the personal AI that gives you the ability to literally go type in something quickly, get a quick response, because ChatGPT has the whole internet that feeds it.
It's actually Google.
Yeah, well, internet, Google, yeah, it feeds everything into ChatGPT.
It's crazy.
So it has a lot of data.
Sure. But do you think AI should be part of the university curriculum?
Yes.
Do you think it should be a course whereby people now are getting taught?
I wouldn't say it needs to be a course, but lecturers need to reinforce it more. And when I say reinforce, not blatantly going create this and be done. Teach them how to ask ChatGPT the correct questions, how to give it ask the correct prompts to actually learn something from it. And obviously, you're gonna get the students that still just want to do it just to get it quickly done, and that's where like safer sign needs to improve. We need to improve an AI that counteracts plagiarism.
And what's nice also about AI is it's crazy that now anyone can write a very well written proposal, despite of you having a lot of experience and you having less
Yeah.
experience. Like now you can actually differentiate between someone who's knows something and someone who just has like small information about that thing, because I'm speaking on a company's view. Let's say you want a prospect, you want an employee to be hired into a company. That potential person can just go to AI, say, write me a cover letter, describe this thing as using these requirements that they've written. Write this thing about me and tell them things that can sound good to them for them to hire me.
Yeah.
And also writing proposals for sponsors. Maybe you can have zero experience, but it can write you the best proposal.
But that's putting you at disadvantage again. When you're called for an interview, you ask about your experience, your strength, your weakness. You literally don't think of anything, but on the cover letter you've wrote so much. Yeah, and you have nothing.
But if you're good at winging it, Chief, you can still wing it and get it inside.
Now,
It's about
he's
winning
speaking
there.
from experience.
So, guys, thank you for tuning in to the Student Podcast NSA from the one and only hosts, Umelu Simon.
Always running
It
away
was actually a
from it.
nice episode.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm an AI now. At this point. So, guys,
Of course, you have
please
experience
comment.
of AI. Of course, you have experience of AI.
Hey, Chief, it's part of us. So if you do have any comments, please write your comment down below and actually share what your experience has been like with AI in your life. Has AI been that troublesome ex, or has it been that crush that you never got? You can write it down on our comments down below, guys, and tell us what you think. Also, like, share, and subscribe to the number one student podcast so we can be the biggest student podcast in the continent with your love. And also, share to wamkhulu nabogogo nabo auntie nabo malume. From us to you, we're saying adios amigos. We'll see you same time, same place, next time, next week, next year. Love you so much.
Exactly.
Also, buy the real type of coffee, guys. Thank you to our wonderful guests for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to the team we have. It's such an amazing team. I wish the cameras can look that way.
Yeah.
The cameras
at the
can't look that
audience.
way.
Big to the
We
audience.
have like a real audience. It's crazy.